It's time. It's time for the haters and even the non-haters to admit that Cooper Flagg is generational. And I know, it feels uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable too. We just used the term generational on Victor Wembanyama not that long ago, and it feels unfair to use it on anyone else. Until you start watching Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg's mother had a solid college basketball career, and his father also played basketball at the junior college level. Cooper has a twin brother named Ace, who's committed to playing D1 basketball at the University of Maine. Ace said that when he and Cooper played each other in the backyard, any game would end up in fistfights. And when you watch Cooper Flagg play, you can really see that fight and competitiveness. Now Cooper's a bit more talented than his brother. I mean, he could shoot it in every single way you want it. Facing up, turnaround jumper, pull-up jumper, and at 6'9", he's able to shoot over a lot of defenders. Shooting was definitely one of the concerns he had going into the year. First 2 months of the year, he shot 13 of 48 from 3, which is about 27%. However, he became a lot more consistent throughout the year. The last 2 months of the year, he shot 24 from 55 from 3, which is about 44%. In my last video, I talked about Dylan Harper, and I talked about how he improved as the season progressed. But Flagg also improved during the year, and his shooting improvement is one of the most impressive ones I've ever seen at the college level. I think it's more likely he's the shooter near the end of the year than the one in the beginning. If there's one word I would use to describe Flagg, it would be fearlessness. He's not afraid to fail. He's not afraid of taking the big shot, and he's not afraid of going downhill. A lot of players get timid and settle for the jumper, but Flagg reminds me a bit of Zion in that Zion would always attack the paint. His first instinct is to attack the basket. And the same goes for Cooper. The difference is he's not as big as Zion, so if he can't finish with the layup, he'll go to his floater. And his floater is solid against smaller players. He tends to release his floater closer to the defender, so he's taking tougher floater shots than normal. So that's why taller players give him issues on his float game. He does struggle finishing going left. Personally, I'm not too worried about it. And the reason being is that he's not afraid to keep attacking left. Most guys prefer going one way or another. The best player can take whatever the defense is giving them and make something happen. And Flagg is that type of player. Cooper loves his spin move, and it's effective, but it was becoming predictable, and teams became ready for it. But he learned counters to it, and that's what great players do. They have counters for anything that the defense will throw at them. Flagg has about a 40-inch vertical, and that helps him attack the basket because he can contort his body in mid-air to adjust on the finishes. When he's driving towards the basket and he's not able to fully get past his defender, he'll post him up, and he'll go to his floater or post-up game then. And again, he can finish above almost any defender in the paint. Now let's get to his weakest area, his handle. And it's not bad. Let's get that out of the way. Part of the reason I don't think his handle has fully developed is because he doesn't really need a lot of dribbles to get to his spots. He could get a shot off or go towards the basket in 2 to 3 dribbles. But things will get harder for him at the next level, and he will need to improve on this. I would like to see his crossover improve. Right now you see him go straight down the line, or he'll post you up. There's not a lot of change of direction yet, which is scary because he's so effective as a scorer. It wouldn't have been crazy for Flagg to go and try to score on all the possessions that he touched the ball. But the fact is that he tries to get his teammates involved when he could. He realized that for Duke to go where they wanted to go, it would take more than just him. He'll pass up on his shot for his teammate to get a better shot. And it reminds me of Duncan or C. Webb in that way. He's a solid passer as either the ball handler or the screener in the pick and roll. Right now he's probably better as a roller, but eventually he could be equally great at both. As a roll man, he could catch lobs or he can make the extra pass to another big. That's actually why I think he's better suited as being a 4 than a 3. His pick and roll reads steadily improved as the season went on. He made a couple of high read pick and roll passes that raised my interest. He's such a mismatch for the defense, And it's a lose-lose situation for them, because you can't have a bigger player guarding him. He'll just drive past them. And you can't have a smaller guard switch onto him because he'll post them up. And that's the unique thing about Cooper. He can play like a big or he can play like a wing. He is truly malleable. He could fit into any offense. He'll be what you want him to be. He can play the 4, he could slide to the 3, and he can even play small ball 5 at times. He reminds me of how KD can mold his game to fit on any team. And even though Cooper can fit on any team, it seems like he wants to pass on some.
The Washington Wizards.
No, wait.
On the defensive side of the ball, Cooper projects to be a switchable defender. Cooper's a solid on-ball defender, and he slides his feet well, and his wingspan causes issues to the offense. Bigger guys can't get past him, and smaller guys can't deal with his length. But is he a shutdown defender? He definitely was at the college level. Without a doubt, he's one of the best defensive freshmen we've ever seen. One issue he has on defense is that his closeouts are good but not great. He can be a little bit too upright and players can get past him. But at the same time, I've seen him close out and block shots you wouldn't think he would be able to get. What you don't see in a lot of players his age is that he has a passion for defense and he takes pride in it. He enjoys it. And his IQ on defense is off the charts. He's always in the right spot and he's making winning plays. He's one of those players that can have a poor shooting night, but he's still having a good game because of his defensive impact. And even if he's having a poor shooting night, he's still going to bring positive energy to the team. He's always happy for his teammates. He's unselfish in every way, just like Duncan was. He loves the game and he brings energy on both ends. He has the ability on his own to change the culture of an organization. Some players are the culture. When I watched him this year, I kept thinking, how many players are this good at this young of an age? The only freshmen to win NCAA Player of the Year are Zion, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, and Cooper Flagg. So it's pretty safe to say that he had a historical freshman season. And then you start to project him as an NBA player. And for me, his baseline outcome is an all-star level player, and his upside is a franchise-altering superstar. And I think it's his competitive fire that's going to tilt him towards that superstar level. So let's go back to the generational debate. Is Wemby now the baseline for a generational talent? Well, I don't think it should be. You can still be a generational talent even if you're a tier lower than Wemby, who was maybe the best draft prospect of all time. Also, the rest of the league will be in big trouble if somehow the Spurs got the number 1 pick.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
I came up with a list of generational draft prospects starting in the 90s. If you think someone shouldn't be on this list or I'm missing someone, then let me know in the comment section below. I know if you had to rank these guys from best player to worst, Cooper Flagg may be lower on the list. But my point is, he should be on the list. He's better on defense than Zion, Rose, Durant, LeBron, and Doncic at the same age. And offensively, he's right there with a lot of those guys. And like I said before, he's not in the same tier as Victor, but neither was Luka and Zion. And those guys were still generational prospects. He has the ability to be a top 5 player in the league, and I don't think that's crazy to say. If we're debating if a prospect is more likely to be a multi-year all-star or a superstar in the NBA, if that's the question of a player's future outlook, then you're officially generational in my book. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Peace.